action.
Huva Yolua. Merry Christmas. I'm Brian, the Wood Elf. I'd like to tell you a story, a Yule story that happened to us on Christmas Eve this year. Once upon a time, there lived a lion cat named Orion in a little log cabin at the edge of the Rocky Mountains. Orion Lion lived with his elf family, Brian the Wood Elf, and Kiersey the Yule Elf. On the day of Yule Eve, Orion Lion heard noises outside. There were the voices of the little people who lived up in the high forest of the mountain. I must follow them, thought Orion Lion, and see what they are up to. And so Orion Lion embarked on a journey up the mountain. Soon, Orion's elves began to wonder where Orion was. They looked everywhere in the cabin and in the gardens, but Orion was nowhere in sight. Thus they set off into the wild mountains to look for him. Brian Elf went one way, and Kiersey Elf went another. Up the mountain they went. On his way, Brian met Miko, the wild mountain pony. "Oh, sacred horse, have you seen my cat, Orion the lion?" asked Brian. "I sure have seen a cat," answered Miko, the wild mountain horse. "Please take me to him," said Brian Elf. "I will take you if you give me the carrot from your pocket," said Miko. "Very well," exclaimed Brian Elf. "I will give you my carrot, but you shall take me to Orion Lion first." And so they trotted off up the mountain. Kiersey, the Yule Elf, headed up the mountain another way, and on her way she met the maiden mare Madeira. She was the leader of the wild mountain herd.
"Oh, sacred mare, have you seen my cat Orion Lion?"
asked Kiersey Elf. "Yes," gasped Madeira. "The little people took him," she continued with a ferocious face. "The little people are upset because they didn't receive an offering of rice porridge."
"Oh my,"
sighed Kiersey Elf.
"did they take him up the mountain into the impassable forest?"
"Yes, up they went. You must talk to Miko, the wild mountain horse. He can take you there if you pay him a carrot," said Madeira. "I will go find him and bring him to you." And Madeira galloped away and soon returned with the herd, along with Miko, the wild mountain horse.
"Greetings, Miko the Majestic,"
said Kiersey Elf.
"Will you take me up to find my cat Orion Lion from the Little People's forest?"
"Do you have a carrot for my payment?" asked Miko.
"I have something even better,"
Kiersey Elf said with a huge smile.
"a molasses cookie."
"A molasses cookie," whinnied Miko. He felt his mouth watering. "For a molasses cookie, I will humbly carry you there,"
"Wonderful,"
said Kiersey Elf as she climbed on Miko's warm, furry back. Then off they trotted up the mountain. In the meanwhile, Orion Lion had lost the tracks of the little people, and he himself was lost. Orion had last seen the little people running through a tunnel in the ravine where they had disappeared into the impassable forest of hawthorn trees. This is the magical place where they lived. Orion knew he was lost. He cried, meowing. At that moment, Brian Elf happened to be walking through the tunnel and heard the sad meow in the ravine. He whistled, and Orion meowed back. Orion was very, very happy to see his elf Brian, who scooped him up, and they snuggled and purred with joy. Next, as they looked up, they saw Kiersey Elf riding toward them on Miko. As Miko came to a halt, Kiersey Elf accidentally dropped her staff. But majestic Miko was happy to pick it up and hand it back to her. Kiersey rewarded him with an extra piece of molasses cookie. They were all happy to see each other, and together they walked back to their cabin. That evening, as the still very full solstice moon rose up into the sky, Kiersey the Yule Elf and Brian the Wood Elf brought an offering of rice porridge with butter on top to the hay barn for the little people to feast upon when they visit during the Yule night. Huva Yoloa.
Sinne saattaa löytää, vaikka paikallansa pysyy. Katson taivaan tähtiä ja niiden helminauhaa. Itsestäni etsittävää on